What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the Salt Lake City terminal. I've had a few people clowning, talking about me being at the terminals all the time, but somehow I was able to still have a good week last week in spite of being at the terminal 2 times. But, man, I'm telling you, this winter is not ending out here. We got a little bit of sleet action going on, caught a little winter driving conditions coming through Wyoming yesterday morning or night, whatever. What I want to talk about in this video, had a few people ask what are some trucker applications that I use. So I'm just going to go through the ones that I use, and if you happen to see one that I don't have on this list, put it in the comments below, because I'm always looking for some new stuff. So kind of let's get started. So the first application I'm going to use is this little blue one right there. That is Waze. It's the, I don't know, it's a little blue one right here. And basically that's almost like Google Maps, stuff like that. I rarely use this, but if I'm in an area where there's a bunch of congestion or traffic backup, I'll be able to look at this and kind of tell what the traffic conditions are, how long I might be stuck, things like that. I rarely use that app. The next app that I rarely use, I've only scaled my truck in 2 years, maybe a total of maybe 6 times at a cat scale. Typically I trust the gauge on my truck and trailer. But if I do need to scale, I have downloaded that cat scale app right there. And basically that allows you to just pull up to a cat scale, do everything on the app, and not have to worry about going inside. The only reasons that I have scaled those few times, typically if I pick up a co-driver or something like that, I want to get an empty weight with everybody in the truck. So I take that total weight, subtract that from 80,000. That tells me what the max is that I can load. I've also used it when I've been overweight. I knew I was overweight. Actually, I didn't use it because I needed to have my scale ticket. But I've used it maybe a couple times when I thought I was kind of close on weight, but I rarely use that app either. Other apps I use, obviously, you're going to download the Flying J app, Love's app, your TA and Petro app. Also the Blue Beacon app. One good thing about Blue Beacon is they're going to typically be open 24 hours a day, so I'll look and see if there's a Blue Beacon somewhere in the area. Now, an app that a lot of people don't use, that I use this app all the time, it's called Find Truck Services app, and it is this app right in the corner. And what that allows me to do is, let's say I need a washout or something like that, what I could do is look in a certain location. So I can use my location, and then it'll bring up, you tap truck wash, and it'll tell you, do you need a truck wash, trailer wash, whatever. So I click trailer wash, and it's going to give me a list of all the places in the area, how many miles away they are. Now, the way I use this app is for a number of different reasons. Sometimes there's washouts that aren't in Prime's network that are a lot closer, so I might use it for that. But a good reason that I'll use it for is some of these off-brand truck wash places that Prime's affiliated with aren't open 24 hours a day, and sometimes you don't know what their hours are. So for this, for example, I can click on one of them. It'll give me, it'll show, I'm able to make a phone call directly from there. It's going to list their hours of service around here. So I think some people, get unloaded at 5 in the morning, just go on the Prime app, find a truck stop or, a truck wash nearby, boom. Truck wash isn't open yet. So this at least allows me to see what their hours of operation are, and then maybe give them a call just to verify that. Let's see what other app. Obviously, if you're with Prime, you're going to use the Prime mobile app as well. Now, there's a couple other apps. I'm going to use this weather app right here. and that's the Weather Radar app. Pretty simple. You just scroll it around and you can kind of see what any fronts and stuff that are moving by. You can get a little detailed with this. So this is a must-have app as well, or some variation of it. There's other apps out there that do similar things, but as long as you're able to get an idea of what the weather is currently and maybe a few days in advance. So that's one that I use on that. And then there's another app, if you look at the bottom here, it's called Truck Weather. And what this will do is it'll allow you to kind of look at weather the same way, but there's a section here that you can look at for your road conditions. So click on that, and then you can look and see what the road conditions are, whether it's icy, windy, if the road's closed, things like that. So I don't use that app quite as much, but I do break it out on occasion. Let's see, what else am I using? All right, now the must-have app every trucker should have. Now I'm going to keep this fully transparent. Trucker Path did reach out to me and ask me to do some videos about their service. I told them, you know what, I believe in Trucker Path enough. I don't need no referral codes or no money or anything like that. But they did reach out to me, and I'm not getting sponsored to do this or anything. But Trucker Path, obviously, that is a go-to app right there. And essentially, you're just able to find different truck stops. There's a few services that I don't have because I don't have the full version yet, and I've been contemplating doing that as well. But even the free version allows you to check current statuses on truck stops, whether they're full, empty, whatever. One of the things that I use on this, though, is there's a way that you can kind of save. At one point, you could put a heart on it. I think now it's a save on one. And what I'll do is if I'm driving, or if there's truck stops that I always know are going to have parking, I will highlight those or save them. So when I'm coming up on it, I can, I'll know that that's a truck stop that there's always going to be parking at. So I just use it for that. Obviously, you can look at reviews. Those come in handy as well. And you can see the size of the truck stop. Now, there have been a couple times when I've got those fuel stops and, some of these small ass pilots, if it usually says it has 3 pumps or something like that, I'm going to go past that. Even if it is on my fuel stop, even if it is a little bit cheaper. So those are kind of the basics. I might get into this Trucker Path as to how I use it a little bit more, but most people that are actually out on the road already know how to use this application. There's a lot of things I wouldn't need to use on this, whether it's loads in the area. I'm rocking 3 GPSs, so no reason for the routing or anything like that. But that's it. If there are some apps that you guys use out there, like I said, I'm always looking for other apps. People have mentioned apps that I've tried out. I know that my man Tim or Terry over at Tim Travels, he likes an application called Ventusky or something like that. I couldn't figure it out. It really didn't work for me, but let me know what you're using. Put them in the comments below. I'd really like to see if there's something else that I could add to my repertoire. Anyway, I just got done in here. Had to do some computer-based training. Had to do the simulator. Tyler was operating the simulator class and everything like that. It's good to see him. It's good to see him kind of growing. He was just a trainer out here when I came through Salt Lake City, and now he's an examiner. So it's good to see that growth. You know what I'm saying? I ran into Tim out here. He was also a trainer. He's now an examiner. So good to see that. I'm just wondering if I should take my truck over here to Bay 61 because I'm free until about 1 p.m. before I need to go back inside. So I may make a call. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.